Hello, random listeners. Welcome to the Podcast Zero. We are the three stalkers. My name's Kevin.
I'm Erik.
I'm Ed.
And we're just three guys pretending to be educated on stocks. So sit back and enjoy the conversations.
And we're definitely not. So don't take any of it seriously. Especially my advice.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, for that introduction. I really appreciate it. So first off, I wanted to start off listing what positions we currently have. So Erik.
No.
Erik.
No. What do you want me to say? How many positions I have?
Yeah. What do you have? The amount.
How much money I'm losing?
How much money you're losing?
I'm just kidding. I'm doing it.
So let's just stick to amounts you have. Let's not actually deter the listeners already.
Yeah, I'm not going to say like, I own 6,000 shares of Microsoft. I wish. No. I'm invested in Enphase. It's a solar inverter company over in Sacramento, California, San Francisco. Most of them are in Silicon Valley. Gurron, terrible. Wish I didn't buy in so high. They're doing good stuff. They're making some pretty neat medicine for cancer. Can't wait for some nice news to come out. Microsoft, can't go wrong with that. Really concerned about which direction it's going to go now. They said the military HoloLens deal might crash. Their employees are fighting that. Kind of weird. And then SunPower, because I got rid of my Twitter and bought more SunPower. And it's not doing me as much as I want. Enphase is making me a lot. Oh, and then I guess like calls I sold.
It's doing more than mine's doing for me right now. So
I sold a Gurn 1.5 call for 2021 because I just wanted to get out, and it didn't work the way I wanted it to.
So that's your positions.
All my garbage positions. Yeah, that's my garbage position. Yeah.
So that's all your positions?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty.
Kevin?
My positions. I'm currently well deep into Weatherford International. It's a drilling and oil company. And that one was... We'll go into details later. And then Kronos Group, which is a volatile weed stock. So we'll talk about that in detail later as well.
Well, unlike you peasants, I have 2,000 worth of Twitter
trash
stock.
Utter trash.
We'll go into detail into that later.
That's why I sold my Twitter.
I also have 85 shares of SunPower and
85.
Huh?
Oh, never mind. Keep going.
And 11 shares of KHC.
Why?
That's Warren Buffett's child.
No. Why would they make ketchup? Who cares?
Exactly.
Dude, I love their mac and cheese.
You should have heard the conversation we had about ketchup this morning when my mother-in-law bought organic ketchup and my father-in-law went off on her.
Oh,
it was
serious?
So great. He's like, you buy Heinz. You don't buy organic Trader Joe's ketchup. It was a fantastic conversation.
He's right there.
He's not wrong. So as soon as these people start realizing organic ketchup tastes like garbage, Heinz is going to shoot back up. But we'll dive into that.
I think it's the subpoena that might have got him down.
Do you guys have any questions?
Just a little bit.
Do you guys have any questions regarding each of our positions?
Why am I so stupid?
I mean,
that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
that's just a statement. It's not a question.
So I don't have any questions on any of your guys's. Well, I do have lots of questions because I have no idea what I'm doing. But anyways, we're gonna go into calls and all of that a little later, as Erik mentioned earlier. Selling calls, we're gonna dive into that, and those are gonna be where I have my questions.
Because I don't either.
But what is next on?
The next thing on the agenda is actually what are our current moves. So we currently have a variety of stocks. It's a little diverse, not that much between all three of us.
Yeah.
But what price are we looking to get out on some of these stocks that we currently hold?
Oh.
So, for example, I'm currently holding SunPower, which I bought at an average of 648. I think I might get out at 670. And then I'll buy as soon as it dips again, because I think it will dip. And KHC, I'm really just testing the water.
Testing the water on that one.
I might buy more. I feel like people really just overreacted to the bad news, and
those algo traders.
It's really just the algo traders. They have no buffer. They just trade until conspiracies around here.
Warren Buffett? No. One thing that I think is going to be important is knowing a little bit about background. So I actually got into trading. I've been looking into it, but Ed's the one who actually got me into trading.
Mistake.
So I've talked to Erik a lot.
Kevin would have just listened to all my calls.
I did listen, but we'll go into that.
Not exactly.
100% for the day.
Yeah. So down. A little bit of background. I got brought into this by Ed as kind of a advisor and kind of a joke. No, but now it's Ed, Eric, and I are kind of a team when it comes to stocks. However, we don't work together. We just kind of bicker at each other, and hope for the best. But
although Kevin and Eric do owe me money.
For what?
Well, for what commission? I think you owe me money. But
I don't even listen to what you say.
So you're in SunPower hoping to get at least 670 out of it. Is there any other big ones that you're thinking? That
Yeah, I need to get out of Twitter.
Get out of Twitter.
Please get out of Twitter.
Get out now.
I bought it at a high of like 34-ish.
Total gain minus what?
Total gain minus well, if we go based on percentage on $2,000 is 6.83.
You can just read the number.
Which is $153.47, which isn't really that bad because I've already made that money up selling some other things. However, I would like to look positive on Twitter before I exit out of it.
So how we like our stocks is green, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't learned that yet.
But sometimes you just want to take the loss. So I might actually
cut your loss. Yeah.
I might actually take the loss this week.
Cut your losses and then maybe
Well, it's not. I already cut my losses by not pulling out sooner. Like
true.
Like
story of everyone.
Yeah.
That is very true, actually. Because if we look at an earlier date, you were almost gonna pull out at what?
$30.
You're looking at $30.
Yeah.
Down at $30.70.
Yeah. I know.
The lowest it hit on February 21st was $30.63. So.
And right now it's at $31.71, so we're getting there. I might get out at 32.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where I sold my Twitter.
So I just got done selling Carvana, which
CVN
was actually really good. It did give me some profits.
It just hit 38.
Yeah, and now I'm like, man, maybe I should have listened to Ed. But no, never listened to anyone else.
But Kevin,
no one else knows what they're doing.
I told you to buy CVNA again.
Are you making money on Weatherford?
Yes, I am actually.
Nice, okay.
So originally, when I first invested, I jokingly invested $20, put it all in Weatherford because it's a penny stock. For those of you that don't have any idea what Weatherford is,
Don't invest in its garbage.
I put in $20 and I made $3 out of it for penny stock. That's actually pretty good.
It's
So
almost like 25%.
Yeah.
I can't do math, but that's close to
So when I first started watching Weatherford, and why I decided Weatherford was it was at its low of 22 cents when I first started watching it.
Oh yeah, wow, you should have then.
I didn't have the money to trade yet. So I didn't have the approval, I should say, to trade yet. But so right now my average cost of Weatherford's actually $78.98, all in pennies. So it's 78 cents and it's roughly at 79.5 cents right now. However that works, half a penny. But so I am technically total return. I am a little over 0.5% up. So, because I have 299 shares of Weatherford, that's unfortunately all the buying power I had. I couldn't just break it, even 300. It really bothers me.
Goodness.
So, I'm looking at that to come up for a lot of purposes. They just now, for the first time in a long time, are positive earnings. So it's the first time in a couple years.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, but
GoPro just hit positive earnings.
Yeah, and how's that paying off for you
And
guys?
good guidance, and then with the exact opposite.
So that's the reason I was looking at them though, which again I am learning
told you too.
as I go. I've never even talked to Tisha.
Oh, Tishan's invested in Weatherford. No, actually, he just got out of
No.
So, and another big reason I looked at them was because they have a pretty common trend since they,
going down.
tanked. They have a pretty common trend of dipping and increasing. So I was actually looking for a quick buck, so to say.
Well, I do want to mention all three of us are not necessarily investing, we're just trading. There's a difference between investing and trading. Yeah. Investing is long term. Yeah. I honestly don't think any of us have invested in any stocks. What have you invested in there?
Enphase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long have you held that?
Oh, like a year.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you've been invested in it. Well, other than that, I think for
the most part, we're mostly
all our
trading.
other actions are just trading, and they can be categorized as so. Just for the viewers or listeners.
View my words.
Viewing the words.
Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
To that like button.
Yeah. So I actually have been looking at different charts and ratings on Weatherford, and it is one that should have looked at these a lot sooner, but again,
people pay those people to give
ratings. Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why you don't listen to them, but you can at least like look at them.
Yeah, you can look at them
to get different information, and that's why I don't just use one set app or one set website, because as you all know, everything's biased. So, I possibly go to Georgia.
You're right. You are.
So,
made in Georgia.
It's one of those things that I have multiple sources I use
No one cares.
when looking at things. So
Yeah, I have a Holy Bible app too.
Dude, you gotta pray on these calls.
Pray on these calls.
Pray on these calls, man.
So you keep mentioning those. Go into calls a little bit after you talk about yours.
Yeah, I was about to say I want to get on Microsoft.
Get on your Microsoft.
I want to get out of Microsoft when it hits 112 because I actually don't know because like I said,
Don't you only have like 3 Microsoft there?
No, yeah, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit risky.
So he's hoping for another $12.
Yeah, no. Yeah, actually. I guess you got me there.
Well, why not just exit now?
I mean,
I would pay you $12 to get out of
You know how much fun it is to
Microsoft.
be like, oh, I called the high. But like I said, I don't know, because they had the HoloLens deal, and a whole bunch of employees are protesting the fact that they didn't sign up to deal in arms to like other military services and stuff like that. So I was like, the workers are upset. But then again, I was like, Mandela could just fire all those people and hire like 1,000 more that are willing. And the HoloLens actually looks kind of cool, minus the thing on the back of their head. Yeah, I'm gonna get out this Wednesday probably. Oh, I don't know what you want from me, Ed. What's my name? What's my name?
I just wanted to know what time we were on the audio.
Audio. Yeah, I can't count. Oh, it's like, well, I've got 200 minutes left. 300 minutes left? It's pretty long. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I didn't keep track.
Well,
Does it matter? There's
No.
my idea of just getting out of Microsoft. I'm gonna hold on to my end phase because I saw the call against it.
we have
And
only been
losing
talking
money.
for a solid 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sun power.
So we still got another 30 or so.
I'm gonna have to cut this audio out. It sounds so unprofessional. We're not ready.
Yeah.
Just chat. Kevin's over here talking about Weatherford, some garbage. No one cares. I'm gonna buy back into AMD. I'm gonna buy into Moo. I'm gonna sell spy calls. No, I'm gonna buy.
Are you gonna buy into AMD? Well, okay. Are we going into that later, Ed?
We can start
Yeah.
talking forecast. However, the initial point for the forecast, I wanted to get on wheat stocks. So there's multiple of them reporting their earnings this week. I believe Kron's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What do you guys think of that? I mean, right now they're currently at a low. So Kron this last Thursday and Friday dipped really hard.
Yeah.
And I think if I have the money, I might get back into it
Right now.
because if earnings go well, that's a good quick return.
Well, yeah, it's wheat stock. It's gonna do it.
But
it's
if
gonna do well.
but if it doesn't, it's like it'll be volatile enough to go up to the point where I bought it at.
Yeah, so that's the one thing, and you were giving me a hard time for not getting out when I did, but it's so volatile that I wasn't sure, and I was, with the way it was spiking up, I was just confident that it was gonna, because I was only 10 cents higher than you. Where I set my limit, it was at 23 where I set my limit, and you said 22.9, which you hit it peg on the high for that day. That was impressive.
Fibonacci.
Yeah. So he pegged it perfectly at its high 22.9, and I had it set at 23. And as soon as it started dropping,
You knew.
I just said, "Oh no!" So now it's a holding game because I'm still profitable on my Kron stock. I'm still profitable total.
Shit. Wow, look at that drop.
But
Oh my god.
I am still, my total return is still just shy of 2%.
So
That's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty
when
good.
the earnings go, we don't know if they'll go positive or negative.
Yeah.
If they go positive, are you going to sell out? Or are you still going to hold on to this?
I'm looking at holding if they go positive.
Holding even more?
I'm not sure. That's
I
the
mean,
one that.
Kron, like if it passes the 23, what would you
Oh, as soon as it passes 23, I'm gonna probably get out of it.
okay.
Just to.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23 is probably my limit.
Are you
about
going to be
25.
buying anymore?
What are you gonna buy more of?
Any more
Right
wheat
now?
stocks? Or we're talking about wheat stocks.
No. I was looking at Aurora Cannabis because a lot of people are wondering if they're going to go up, but they're way too volatile, and they're a lower end stock. They're running it right now. They're priced at $6.96.
Yeah.
They are one that I was looking at when they were about $5.15.
Why do you keep looking at stuff and never buying it?
Because I panicked. So
wherever that
they
is.
already had their earnings.
And it was good, right?
And it was good, and they went up. But
It
then
was
they went
good for
back
them,
down.
and then they went back down. So that's one thing where with Kron, I'm going to look at the same thing. If their
Sell
earnings
the
are
day.
good,
Just sell
I'm
in
going
the
to...
day. Sell in the day. Just do what I say. Sell in the day.
Yeah.
Sell
I
Sell
advise
the high.
you
Yeah.
sell.
Wait, are they announcing after
Yeah.
hours or
I
pre-market?
think Tuesday after hours, I believe.
Yeah, so what's today? It is the
Sunday.
24th, so it's 4 days. So Thursday after hours.
Oh, Thursday.
The 28th.
Oh, okay. So I'd sell like Friday morning then.
It's pre-market actually
Oh,
of the 28th. So,
yeah, so
right that morning, I'm
yeah,
probably
so-
gonna get up at
Bring it
wee
up.
hours of the morning and wait to just hit that sell button.
Wait, it's Thursday? Yeah, I have to work on Thursday.
Thursday.
Are you interested in buying any wheat stocks, Eric?
Well, now you guys I didn't know that Kronos was announcing earnings on
Kron.
Kronos. Who cares?
Kronos.
Let's go.
Let's go with acronyms.
What is
Yeah,
it
let's-
called? What is it called?
Let's go with tickers.
Tickers.
We're
Here we go.
professionals here.
Well, I'm the stupidest professional in the world. It's fire me. No, yeah. So if Kron is announcing earnings, I'll probably buy into it. But if we're gonna talk wheat stocks, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Kron, because I got out at a fairly decent level. Since I bought it at like $22.30, I think, and I sold it at $22.50.
So you're thinking of buying and then selling it?
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll just play the same day. I'll buy it.
Play the earnings. Okay.
Yeah.
I might sell my
I
KCH.
might even do some calls
shares.
on it. Might
Yeah,
buy some
so
calls.
honestly, I'm going to see first thing tomorrow how Weatherford goes. And if I'm in the positive at all, I'm probably going to sell all those and buy more Kron. That's what one of my plans was to play the earnings for Kron for this week and then go from there.
Okay. Next thing on the list, I wanted to talk about SPWR, which is Sun Power. I think that's been a stock that I initially advised Kevin to
Everyone.
buy, or that we should buy into, because we were making the same moves at the time. I believe we started off at like 550, 560. We never actually acted on that because then we bought CVNA, which honestly there's no regrets, but we could have had some big returns on.
There was regrets with CVNA for about
No
3
regrets.
days there. And I was like, oh man, I bought and it tanked and it's tanking. And then it bounced right back though. It bounced back.
Yeah, and you sold at a profit. So Sun Power, what are the moves for this stock this week?
What are the memes for this stuff? No question. Sun Power? Oh, I mean, with the whole trade war going on, why not? Just keep it going. It's probably
Well, I
priced
do
in.
want to remind you,
Priced in. What?
Trump pushed the tariffs on China
All the time.
just this Friday, I think.
Yep.
So it's still looking like Sun Power has a good road to $7.
7 is what you're thinking
$7, yes, I believe.
I think it could definitely hit 7.
It's $7 within the next 2 weeks. So I might get out at like 680.
680 on Sun Power.
Yeah, with some 80 something shares.
I don't know. We can also play Trille.
Tilray.
Oh, that's really hard.
What's that?
I can't say words.
Tilray?
It's another weed stock, another Canada stock. Whew, let me tell you, they had a roller
We're talking.
coaster. Look at that. It's like, well, let's go 3 months back, actually. Look at that. It's like up to okay, maybe a year back. Because I know it was like super high. Yeah, look at that. 214.
That is an
Talk about a pump and
that
dump.
is an expensive.
You're looking at an expensive wheat stock that at this point I don't know if it has much movement for how pricey it is.
Yeah, definitely not. It's
You really are looking at the low movement ones like Microsoft. You look at the steady low movements.
Yeah, but look at him. His
love
gains aren't even steady.
They can't see it, but I'm giving you a dirty look. You know what? I'm gonna buy 100 shares of Tilray. Now that I know how to say it. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. That sounds terrible.
Please do.
Please don't.
Please do. I'll never let you down.
You'll
Or never let you hear the end of it, sorry.
you always let me down. But you never pick me up. Yeah. So I bought it at $21.55 for Kron, and I sold at $22.90. No, it was a limit sell, but it didn't activate. I don't know what they're talking about. Never mind. So what are we talking about again? I forgot.
Sun Power.
Sun Power.
Sun Power.
I mean, if you really want to talk weed stocks, we could still go back.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Weed stocks are just. Weed stocks are just going to go up as it continues to get legalized. Obviously,
Yeah.
not only in the United States but Canada. I don't think anyone cares about Mexico.
Everything's legal in Mexico.
Everything's legal.
Doesn't matter if it's legal or not.
Disclaimer: I am Hispanic, so I allow these two individuals.
Can you
to
say
speak.
Can you say predictability? For
I
me?
cannot because of my tongue accent. I guess.
Your tongue accent.
His tongue accent.
That's real awesome.
So
Investments.
SunPower. What are your opinions on it, Kevin? Since Eric.
SunPower.
Strong buy.
My opinions are.
Calm down. Just relax.
You can see my frustration with myself, right? Because I feel like I missed a window on SunPower, but it still is a strong buy at the moment.
Buy a 640. It'll probably hit.
It'll dip. It'll dip down a little bit more, but it definitely is going to climb. I feel as if 7 might be shooting for the stars, Ed. But
Do I want to remind you that I believe I have a text from you guys that was saying SunPower is going to go down to 6, and it only just went.
That's
up.
why I sold
Let's
the
see.
put on SunPower.
let's see. On that day, I said it was going to hit 6. It went down to 639. And that was it. And then it climbed from there. So you're right. I will take the big L on that one.
Take the L.
I'll take the L. Just like I'll probably end up taking the L on SunPower.
First of all, who bought my put on SunPower at $6? I mean, I know I wanted to enter at $6, so I didn't care about selling the put, but come on, they're as stupid as I was. And I'm the one that made money on that trade, so it's fine by me. And we got
I think I made a profit that day, like a $5 on SunPower, and then I got out.
That was 2% on Friday, so I can't complain. I am hoping to be like 10% this week. I'm gonna buy some Apple calls and leaps, like 277, 177. I wish it was 277. That'd be nice. Pick up a few Tesla leaps too. See like quarter 3.
Good. Next thing, I'll just let you guys take it. What company do you guys want to talk about for this one?
Oh no. I wasn't.
Actually, I want you to talk a little more about calls.
I was gonna say AMD, but all right.
That actually is a very good one to talk about. Because right now, how do you feel about it?
Sube.
Are you gonna say strong buy at 24.50?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
24.50 is really high for that.
Really high.
Yeah.
Overbought.
I wouldn't say it's overbought.
You wouldn't say it's overbought?
No,
I think so.
I think if you look at the RSI for AMD, I don't know if anyone I know I like technical trading. It's kind of cool. I know a lot of people don't. They're like, oh, it's just stupid. But the RSI is pretty reliable. I think that's one that everyone can agree on. I'm gonna pull it up real quick on AMD. Yeah, it's pretty. It's 64 on the RSI. So I mean, it has room to go up. But I wish I bought back in at like 1925 a month ago.
I know, aren't we all wishing?
I think we always
Isn't
wish
the
for
top
fish.
indicator for RSI 90?
I mean, overbought typically.
Overbought is 90?
Is 60, 80. My bad. I'm sorry.
80. So
80?
that's 64 is pretty high.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty
It's
high.
really high.
I would say
pretty overbought, which is a selling point at 24.
I would definitely buy in again at 22.
You don't have any stocks anymore, right?
No, I sold my AMD way back when I bought them at 18. Should have held it. I sold it at 23.80, I think it was.
That's
pretty
pretty
good.
close.
That's
though.
pretty-
That's pretty darn good.
No, it's pretty.
Yeah, I was getting ready to buy at 19 the other last week when it went back down.
Yeah,
to 19.
when
and I was like, oh man, it
I-
went back down to like 19.25. Yeah, and I was like, oh man, I need to hit that, and then I didn't.
I remember I asked Eric, when should I buy AMD? He's like, when it hits 18.5. The next day it shot up at 19, never again has it returned to 18.5. And I was like, Eric, I trusted you on this. You've been watching.
So he wasn't wrong. He
months.
said buy at 18.5. He just didn't say when you buy it at 18.5.
Yeah, just buy it at 18. Technically, I mean, like way back when, over a year ago, I know it was like it just bounced between 10 and 13. They say buy at 10, sell at 13 because it literally was just in a channel. Super nice and predictable. And then they had this earnings. They're like, oh yeah, all the Bitcoin cryptocurrency, like $33. And I was like, this is nice.
Wait,
I
it
feel bad
went
for everyone who
13 to 33?
bought. No, yeah, pretty much. Like
Yeah,
it climbed up.
It went from 13
No,
to 33.
it was a pretty steady climb. It wasn't steady.
Well,
it was a rocket ship.
Let's look right here when crypto was. Can we go? Yeah, we can go back that far. 5 year. Let's look when crypto was huge. It went up.
Oh,
at-
shoot, 32.
Yeah, so right here was the steady climb over like 4 months.
It wasn't even steady.
5 months actually. It wasn't even a steady climb. It was a roller coaster.
You know how much
Straight
money-
up in September.
You know how much
Why
money I made on calls,
did
dude?
tank so hard after that?
Oh, because it's like the crypto boom.
Crypto's
kind of
died.
and then Nvidia.
But the thing is
died
look,
too.
it hasn't really tanked. It just it did drop
It's just
hard.
stabilizing.
But now it's stabilized in the teens,
Well,
whereas
they pulled
before
it
that it was low teens. Like you said, it was 10, buy it at a low 11 and sell it.
So in reality, it's never going to return to 10, I think.
No.
Right?
No, especially not if the blockchain stuff keeps going through.
It's not. No one cares about blockchain. Bitcoin's $3,700.
I
again. That's
definitely
stupid.
care about blockchain.
Why?
I think it's the future.
I don't think it is. That's stupid.
That's a conversation for a different time.
I think you're stupid.
You're not wrong.
That's a conversation for a different time because blockchain's an entire
Stupid mess.
hour-long conversation.
It's not an hour.
Eric, can you go into more detail about calls and puts for my dear friend Kevin here?
Yes.
Spy calls.
Okay.
Pretty much it.
Descriptive.
No, descriptive. No, I mean, okay, so don't take my word as like goddess on this thing because I'm not even going to talk about
I
it.
never would.
I don't want any subject there.
That's not a worry.
If you have like a certificate or even
Don't
a
you
degree
worry.
for it.
I take no
Has
one
to
at
say
their
I would
word.
not.
I've got my PhD in electrical engineering. What do you think I am? I know what I'm doing. Just kidding.
Disclaimer, he does not have his PhD in electrical engineering.
About to have my bachelor's. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Disclaimer, he will not graduate.
I'm going to be thinking about you when I'm in Australia, Kevin. Having a great time without you. Anyway, so some calls. So I'm not going to get
And
into
your
great...
failed capstone project.
Oh,
It's all on Trevor. Thank you.
that's all I'm sure.
So calls and puts, obviously. So I think so. I sold calls on Enphase since I own enough shares of Enphase to sell calls on it, and I was like, I want some quick money, and I'm hoping. I mean, 70% of options go unexercised, and then exercising an option means your shares are used. So if you sold a call on your 100 shares of a certain equity, that means you're giving up the right to sell those shares at that price you sold the call for. Your strike is what it's called, or a put. If you sell a put, means you're willing to buy an equity at whatever the strike price was. So SunPower, when I sold a $6 put on SunPower, I said if
You
SunPower,
sold it to someone buying it at $6.
yeah. So I sold to open is what it's called. So I sold it to open the trade,
You
right?
might want to mention you're only selling contracts, not
Yes.
actually
The shares.
the shares.
Yeah, I'm not selling the shares. I would never sell my SunPower. It's beautiful, and I never want it to leave. No, anyway. So yeah, so I sold a $6 put against SunPower, saying that if SunPower dropped below 6, someone has the right to exercise the option I sold, meaning that I would buy 100 shares of SunPower at $6. So if it was at like $5.55, I'd have to buy it at $6. So I automatically lose.
Okay, so
$50.
being that it's at $6.50 right now.
Yeah.
So if you have those out, if it hits 6, you're gonna buy 100 shares of it.
Well, I mean, the call I sold was only weekly. I only got like literally $6 for it. It's trash. But so if it hit $6, someone had they could have chosen to exercise the option to sell their shares of SunPower to me for $6, even if it was trading.
Okay, so you are getting someone else's shares out
Yeah.
of these contracts.
But they're actually.
But you're just exercising contracts with and these are options.
Yeah, these are options.
Calls and puts. Okay.
Calls and puts.
So I know we weren't gonna get too deep into options, but I'm very curious on exactly how options work before I ever even
They're
think
actually
about doing them.
The bigger people with like a lot more to risk in the market will use them as like insurance against an equities movement in either direction. So if they if they buy put an interesting ad right at $6 and I have 100 shares of an equity, right, or just whatever. So and it drops below that, say like dropped 50% in one day, and that stock is gone. But I have puts, so I'm insured, so I can sell my shares at the contract price to someone else that sold it, saying that they'd buy it at that strike price. Kind of complicated.
Yeah, that's really complicated. So what you're saying is, so you buy them at $6. You have that contract insurance, so it tanks. You can still sell them at $6,
Even if it's like $1.
even if it's down to like $1.
Yeah, 'cause-
Someone else is buying them.
Yep, they have to because they're obligated to. They bought the contract. It has an intrinsic value or extrinsic. I don't know which the term is. I can't think of it. But yeah. So and then if I sell calls, that means if let's say I sell calls on AMD because I love AMD. So if AMD is currently trading at $24.36 and I sold a $25 call, let's just say for the week of March 1st. Mm-hmm. Wait, I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, March 1st. And it hit 25. I would be obligated if someone exercised my call that I sold, the call that I sold to open, they could sell my shares at $25, even if it's trading at 26. So I have to sell it for 25, no matter if it's above. But if it's below that, then the contract expires worthless. They've wasted their money. I gained that money. So I made a profit at risking my shares. Or you can just, so you can buy to open, buy to close, sell to open, sell to close. Those are the official terms. So I can buy to close. So let's say I sold one at 25 and I made $25. That's obviously not how much the option's trading for, the contract's trading for, and it drops down to like $15, the equity, and the contract price also drops down to like $1. I can buy that callback for $1, and I've made $24, the difference between the two. So I sold it for $25, and I bought it back at $1, and now I don't have to worry about selling my shares. Like I can't.
Does that make sense, Kevin?
No.
I have it's a lot better when he explains it on the whiteboard.
Yeah,
if
sure.
I do say so myself.
Yeah, no.
I actually have a picture of when Eric was explaining it,
Yeah.
but when he's going through it, it makes a lot more sense.
And I kind of understand it a lot more, and knowing contractually based, and the whole it drops here, I can sell it for this still because someone else said they were going to buy it for this.
Yeah.
That's the part where I start getting lost in translation for how much you're making per contract. And is it one contract is so many shares, or each share is a contract?
Each contract is 100 shares.
Yeah, it's 100.
Always.
Okay, so you have to put in 100 shares into a
If you're
contract.
doing covered.
Yeah, if you're doing.
Okay,
you
so
can
like
make
let's
it,
say
please don't.
let's say covered options. Let's say I'm going covered options for Heinz.
Disgusting, but
I don't know why, or Kraft, right? You know,
Yeah, why?
Oh, crap.
Kraft.
Yeah.
Kraft is Heinz. Kraft. You know,
Are you gonna sell a call or are you gonna buy a call?
I don't know exactly how would I go about that, being that they just tanked.
So if you want to take on more shares of Kraft, I would say buy a call. If it's gonna go up, it could go down, and you just lost your money. So that's your fault.
So it's really risky, but that's the thing with options is
They're leveraged too.
they're more profit typically, right, for what you're putting into it,
Yeah,
because
it's
it's a way more risky game. So
Yeah, I'd say so.
because you're banking on it going up or down. Like you're not just guessing like with regular trading of stocks, you're really guessing on those as well. But this one, like if it doesn't go right, you can't even pull out at a certain amount, right? It's done.
You could, and you're just gonna sell or buy at a loss, right? And then there's also you can also play like selling an iron condor or a spread, or there's a ton of different ways to do this. So it's ridiculous how many ways. I can't even get into details. And I didn't even cover the Greeks, and the Greeks really affect the value. Mm-hmm. Everyone's favorite, theta and Vega. Come on, Vega, volatility. And we learned about that one with our GoPro calls, playing GoPro earnings, right? So Ed and I bought some 7.5 calls for March 1st. It was like 2 weeks out, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we said, yeah, they're doing earnings. Earnings look pretty good, right? And then, yeah.
They did look good. They were good.
And their guidance was good, too.
Yeah.
But Vega volatility was so high, it was like 130% when we bought it. And then right afterwards, because of earnings, the volatility dropped, and thereby the price of the option also dropped. So we lost money on that. And every day the option...
Even though they were still going up.
Yeah.
Like, my call was technically correct, and they should be valued, or from my perspective, they should be valued a lot more than $1.
Yeah. It's trading at like $6.22 right now. It's $1 away, and we have a week until expiry.
Yeah.
But that's where theta kicks in. Theta takes a chunk of the value off every day until expiry. So that's why it expires worthless, right? So you lose like $1 a day on it. That's not... It's
and you're just hoping that
exponential.
those are going to hit quicker.
So you really have to bank on the equity, the underlying asset, since options are called derivatives. So you're really banking on like AMD moving up continually and more so every day, right? Because a 1% move every day is only going to save you a little bit from theta. And if it goes down, not only are you losing money because the stock is going down, but theta is also taking a chunk out of your option.
Okay.
And theta is smaller for the longer dated option, longer dated. So if I buy like a 2021 call, theta is like nothing.
So puts are you're saying the stock's going to go down.
Yeah.
Calls are you're saying it's going to go up, right?
Yeah. Or it's a long or a short. So a short is a put is a short, and a long is a call is a long. So long means buy, short means sell. Pretty straightforward. Long Tesla, long Papa Musk, long AMD, long Sube. That's just my
Long Dominoes, please. Yes.
Papa John's though. Honestly, dude, he got the N-word pass and it just shot up. Like, who? What? I know there's a lot of people that made money on that. I'm super jealous. I never would have expected that. Anyway, what are we talking about next? I think that's good enough for now.
That was just the toss-ups.
So it was that was kind of the toss-ups.
Okay.
I wanted to get a little bit into indicators, more so. I don't know if Eric, if you wanted to share about Sherwood.
Not really. No. That's
okay.
all private.
Okay.
I'll show you what it looks like in a minute, though. It's cool.
Okay.
So we will edit that out.
Well,
No,
it's
it's fine.
fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
It's a little nugget. Nugget of truth.
We'll keep you guys waiting. It'll be public soon.
IPOing 2020. Just kidding.
Cross your fingers there, bud. But if you do want to talk indicators and how important they are, because
different strokes for different folks. Obviously, you have the technical based trader, and you have the what's the other one?
Hope and pray, because that's me.
That's like Poland.
I mean, it works.
If it works, it works. No, I can't remember the other one. I know Buffett's a real big fan of that. What's it called? It's like when you just do your research on the company itself.
Yeah. So
that's how John is.
That's usually how I kind of do it. So Buffett is more like you got to be really devoted into the company, know some of the the background, know the market. So
I just can't remember what it's called.
Paid off well for him, didn't it?
Yeah, losing a lot of money.
Well, he just lost $4 billion, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a huge fan of mac and cheese, but that didn't work out, did it?
It's only 2% of Berkshire A, right? I think.
What was it?
I look up. Scalping? No, that's not what I want.
Technical traders,
right.
Day trading, momentum, swing trading, and position trading, which are technical traders.
Most people are swing traders, but minus the high frequency traders, all the algorithms. Ooh, let's go! They make a lot of money. Technical traders limited, proven strategies for. Nice. Okay, I know there's a different one. Anyway, there's the technical trader and there's the not technical trader.
Okay, go back.
The what?
Okay.
See, exactly. You don't know. But no, so different strokes for different folks. This is kind of the thing where if you guys don't want to talk about technical trading, just go away. Just kidding.
So, yeah.
Love me. So, no, I like the stochastic indicator. It's my personal favorite. I like to trade on that the most because I only ever think it's delayed by 1 or 2 time series. So if I'm looking at daily, I won't really know to sell until like a day or 2 later because that's the high. It's what I just saw. So most indicators, I can't say every indicator is obviously delayed because there's no really predictive indicator. Because if you could predict the future, well,
you'd be rich.
Somebody would be making a lot of money, which there are some folks, but
and that's why there's like all the AI. That's algorithm traders.
I do want to mention your indicator does have a lot of noise, Eric.
No, every indicator does obviously, so that's why you pair it.
But yours by far has a lot of noise, in my opinion.
Oh, that's the stochastic. So yeah, I don't know. There's over 114 indicators, right? I also like Klinger volume oscillator. It's another one of my favorites, and that's even slower.
There's a really good app. You guys both have it for indicators. What's it called?
The Yahoo app?
No. You were showing me the other day, Kevin.
Oh, Stockmaster.
Oh, Stockmaster. Do you have that, Eric?
No, I've never even heard of it.
No.
What is that?
So it uses different indicators, right, Kevin?
So let's just go and I'm gonna look at. Let's just look at. What? Okay, that's fun.
Nice.
Ads are annoying.
Yeah.
But let's just look at Eric's favorite AMD right now.
AMD.
So it's got its overlays, indicators, and its candlesticks, and then you have your actual graphing here.
Yeah.
You can go into this.
Graphs.
Yep. I know that's the stochastic, I'll tell you that much.
Yep, and then you got that guy that you can work with.
Moving average. Okay.
Yep, and then you got
It's a really useful app, I think.
Yeah, but you have to look at it.
You do, and that's the tough part. If you have no idea what you're doing, then you start to really look at it. You don't really have to look that one.
Yeah, it's true. So it's got a bullish tendency on AMD. Everyone's bullish on AMD. The market's bullish.
The whole market's bullish, yeah.
Yeah, you know why they call it bullish and bearish, Kevin?
No, I don't.
No?
So bulls...
So, how do bulls swing, Kevin? How do bulls swing?
You're
a cowboy, Kevin.
I'm a cowboy.
Okay, are we gonna go there on this? Let's not.
Like your boots on.
I don't want to talk about it. At least not on the public podcast.
Private. Okay.
So how do bulls swing, Kevin?
How do they swing?
Yeah. How do they swing?
How do they attack? Left, right.
So when they swing at you, they swing upwards, right?
With its horns, it hits up.
So
the market.
A bullish market means that it's going up.
Yeah.
A bearish market, when a bear swipes at you, it gets back on its 2 hind legs and swipes down on you. That's a bearish market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know why we call it bullish and bearish.
I thought we were going
really boring.
No.
Anyway, so what else were you talking about? I forgot.
What
we talked about? little bit of indicators. What we
A little bit about
indicators.
indicators.
We're talking about indicators.
Yeah, so your
Do you
favorite
use any
stochastic-
indicators, Kevin?
At the moment, no. I'm working on programming my own indicator. I was looking into
He's
what's.
an algo trader.
I was working on what's looking at what's my favorite, and I have no idea. Eric told me don't do stochastic because he's already done that one.
It's mine.
That's his. So I'm gonna look at a couple. I was looking at momentum. Eric didn't like momentum, and he gave good reasonings because it's what's happened.
It's already the direction.
You already know which way it went. So and that was a good point. So then I was looking at CCI. Or
commodity
I heard
index.
of it, yeah.
a commodity index is another really popular one, or Bollinger Bands.
Well, yeah.
Or Bollinger, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to say Bollinger. Bollinger Bands is another one that's very popular, so those are the two that I was going to look at. I was going to do both and kind of overlay them and see how they look.
I agree. Yeah.
So those are the two I'm going to probably start going with, but at the moment, no, I'm just, I'm that hope and pray trader.
It's okay, it works. I mean, honestly, nobody knows how the market's gonna act, and even all these people that are using numbers,
The big Cheeto knows when he tweets about it.
that's about the only good indicator.
That's so true.
It's really good. Just one tweet, market up.
5%.
Yeah.
Buy the dip, everyone. Market's up 20% in a week. You're just like, how? What? How, is this legal? People just listen, I guess. It's all those algos that are scraping the internet. Oh, Commander-in-Chief said buy. Let's buy. Just kidding. You should definitely learn the random walk for me, Kevin, because as far as I understand, it's pretty cool. I actually don't know much about it. And it's random walk, so it's totally different from what I understand. It's not really trend-based.
I'd like to check up on the time of this podcast, please.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
So far, we are at
Yep.
time in. It looks like we've been recording for, I'm guessing that's seconds.
Nope, it is not. That's bars.
The 1200 here?
Yep, 1,200 bars
Oh,
at
okay.
120 BPM. Don't ask. I really could have done it in any other software that made more sense than this one.
So if I check the time right, we're about 40 minutes in. So
Sure.
because we began recording about 8:15.
Wow, sounds really professional.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think, have we covered, you want to say anything?
No, I really think we should just close this up. I think we covered a lot of topics.
We did.
We don't want to overwhelm our listeners with a bunch of
Nonsense.
jabbling. Yeah, so I think
Sell
we
Bitcoin.
want to thank everybody for
Sell Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Short it.
That's just because I don't like crypto. Don't listen to me.
we want to thank everybody for listening,
Yeah, hopefully it
and
was fun.
this is just really fun for us. We hope you keep on coming back to these. For whoever listens to these, really, thank you for listening,
And we're looking for a consistent run time. It's going to be every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, West Coast.
We'll be recording then. We don't know where we'll be posting it.
Hopefully posting
everywhere.
Post on
you know.
Malone, you know.
Posting on Malone. Posting
Lindo.
fairly shortly after.
Yeah, probably.
And then the specifics are to come. So
Yeah.
thanks again for
We'll
listening,
figure it out
everyone.
as we go. Goodbye.
Bye.